Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Fatty Ghost, and today's video I'm gonna be talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, my favorite player in real life. Let me give you guys a breakdown. Now for the Kimsa, you wanna go with the Hunter. I know people like to use engine on him, but in my opinion this year you wanna try to get as close to 99 pace as possible, and therefore I suggest the Hunter. So let's get to the card now. Starting off with the pace, 89 pace overall. Of course he's really quick. Can he hang with the likes of Neymar and Mbappe? Sprint speed wise, guys, I actually think he can hang, especially with a guy like Neymar. He feels really quick once he gets going. He's also a tall guy, so he has those long strides. So sprint speed is dope for sure. Acceleration wise, I would say he's slightly slower than the likes of Neymar and Mbappe, but he's still really quick. He poses a threat getting behind. Of course, coming out of skill moves and stuff, he has that burst of acceleration. So pace overall is definitely a pro with the card. We move on to the shooting, guys. 93 shooting overall, and guys, this is this is an absolute joke. We move on to the positioning. I'm going to talk about the positioning first. 95 positioning, and guys, this was absolutely insane. It's so different from any other gold card I've used. The runs he was making was different, and the really big thing was, in foot chance I was coming up against a lot of guys that were playing drop back, and Cristiano, he was constantly moving in the box and trying to create space where I can get the ball to him. And once you get the ball to him in the box, it's a wrap. And of course, even when I'd get to the byline and stuff, he would create that separation between him and the defender just so I can pass it into him and he'd tap it in. So that was another level. It was actually exceptional, the positioning. It's actually so different from other gold cards I've used. And then his shooting, guys, it's a joke. The 94 shot power is absolutely ridiculous. And shooting wise too, comparing to gold cards, of course, is much better than Neymar and Mbappe. Even compared to Messi, guys, I'd lean towards Cristiano. I know Messi's finesse shot is insane, but other than that, the shot power and stuff Cristiano has absolutely takes his shooting to another level. Of course, he can just blast it by the keeper. He doesn't have the finesse shot trait, but honestly, guys, pop finesse shots with him. He's actually got a good finesse shot. And guys, he has a 4-star weak foot, but with his shot power, it actually makes up for it. And his 4-star weak foot felt a lot better than 4-star. I'd say it's like a 4.5-star weak foot. It felt really good. Overall, super clinical, guys. You don't even have to do skills with him and stuff. You're not a big skiller. Just get him the ball in the box, go for the shot, he'll score it. So that was a huge pro of the card. Passing was 81 overall. Good enough passing for a striker. If you play in a 2-striker formation, he can play those through balls to your other striker, play those 1-2s, and just overall good stuff. Move on to his dribbling, guys. 89 dribble overall. And of course, the 5-star skills. As I mentioned in my other videos too, guys with 5-star skills feel much better than the card suggests. Case in point is a guy like Rashford or Quincy Promes. But yeah, guys, he feels sick on the ball. I know you guys are wondering how does the balance feel? And in my opinion, this year, low balance affects people in 2 ways. One of them is, if you're making sudden movements, coming out of skill moves, things like that, and then you go for a shot, they'll be off balance. Another thing is, you get shrugged off the ball. Now in Cristiano's place, I could spam skill moves, do all that, and go for a shot, no issue at all. He has super high composure, super high reaction, so that was no issue at all. The place where I did feel the low balance was, when I'd come up against those big boys, the Varane and Van Dijks, they would sort of shrug Cristiano off, and then he'd be off balance and stuff. It's not a deal breaker anyway, but at 1.4 mil we have to be a bit critical. And if I had to point out a con with the card, it would be this. If he had over 80 balance, then the card would literally be perfect. But yeah, guys, other than that, dribbling is sick. He feels really nice on the ball. Move on to his heading, guys. 90 heading. Of course, I'm sure you guys have had to deal with him from set pieces and stuff. He's a complete handful. But the great thing with him is, he's 6'2", he's got 95 jumping, and with his heading and stuff, guys, one great thing with him was when I was getting pressed and stuff, I could just lob pass it to him and he'd head it down, and then I could get going. So, it's a fast way to counter attack. It's also a fast way of just moving the ball forward. When you're getting constant pressure and stuff, it was really nice to have it. It came in clutch so many times. Other than that, his physicality is 84 stamina. He lasts you to extra time too. 78 strength. It's good enough. He can, out physical, the weaker center mids and fullbacks and stuff. But like I mentioned earlier, against the Van Dijks and Varanes, he will get sort of, overpowered. But other than that, yes, the jumping to 95 is dope. So what's my overall verdict of this card? Guys, it's a supreme card for sure. At 1.4 mil, there's a reason he's worth this much money. He definitely fits the meta, with his pace and his dribbling. And add on top of that, he has the best shot in gold cards this year. So of course he is worth the 1.4 mil. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering, where does he stack up with the likes of Neymar and Mbappe? If you guys are interested too, I've reviewed those guys on my channel too. You guys can check it out. In my opinion, guys, I think all three of those guys are high level players and, are high impact players. They're going to have a big impact on your team. And I think all three of those guys, present something different. Neymar has that 5-star combo, which the other two don't have. Mbappe has that, the lightning pace and the physicality, which these two don't have. And then you have Cristiano, who has a ridiculous shot that, both Neymar and Mbappe don't have. So, they all three of those guys, have their, uniqueness. If I really had to choose, and it would be a close one, but I'd go with a guy like Mbappe. Just because, with a guy like Mbappe, regardless of the game, regardless of how my opponent plays, if I have bad gameplay or not, I know that ultra pace is always going to pose a threat. Whereas, if a guy like Cristiano, if I have bad gameplay and, the opponent's playing drop back and, he's hovercrafting with the CDMs and stuff, of course his shooting is amazing, but when everything is getting auto blocked by defenders and stuff, it doesn't have much point to it, So therefore, if I really had to choose, it's a close one, but I lean towards Mbappe. But all three of these guys are supreme and the best gold cards in the game. I hope you found this review useful. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.